everyone, it's Nicole and welcome back to my channel. As you can tell by the title of this video, this is a different video than what I typically do. Couponing is all well and good. I absolutely adore it. However, when it comes to saving money, sometimes couponing just doesn't cut it. So I wanted to share with you today how I saved $12,000 in just 6 months, and you can too. Before I get into my money saving tips, I do want to put out a sort of disclaimer, I guess. Saving money is not easy, and I'm not saying that it is. There are a lot of added stressors that I do not have in my life, such as I don't have kids, I don't have any dietary restrictions that cause me to have to eat a certain way, I don't have any work limitations, things like that. So I am not saying that what I'm about to tell you is like 100% super easy. However, you have to make it work for you if you want to save money. There are ways, and I will get into that in a second, of how you can do other things that I might not be doing that might work for you, or I might completely skip over something, and let me know in the comments below how you do it. So I'm just putting that out there before we get started, but let's just go ahead and jump right into it. Here are my 5 money saving tips on how I saved $12,000 in just 6 months. Okay, so tip number 1 is definitely the easiest tip that we have out of the 5. It is have a goal. You need to have a goal. It keeps you motivated. In our instance, we are buying a home within the next 6 months, hopefully, so we needed a big down payment and we needed a way to get there. So having a goal is just a big reminder every day of why you are saving money and why you're doing what you're doing. It doesn't have to be for a house. It could be for a car. It could be paying off your education. It could be paying for your education. That way you don't have to go into debt. It could be a new purse. It could be whatever you want it to be. It just needs to be there. And same way with, weight loss or going to college, you have to have an end game because it keeps you motivated. So number 1, have a goal. It's just that easy. Okay, so step number 2 is definitely the most difficult and is detrimental if you want to save money, and that is having a budget. I know it sounds super easy, very cliche. However, if you do not have a budget, you are going to waste money. There's no other way to put that. So what you need to do, I'll tell you what we did. So July 1st is when we started our whole money saving adventure, if you will. And so starting in June, I just documented what we would typically spend, how much we would spend on going out to eat, how much we would spend on buying clothes and shoes and just whatever we wanted, basically. And after looking at those numbers, I was sick to my stomach. We spent 4 times more than we spend now on food. I mean, we do live in a city, and I am a huge foodie, so is my husband, and we love going out to eat. However, with that goal in mind, we needed to really cut back. So that was the first thing to go. So what you do is you document everything for a month, and then you start the next month and you go bare bones, like what you absolutely need to survive. And of course you can tweak it. Obviously things come up that you can't help, hospital visits, car breaks down, what have you. But this way, you know exactly what's coming in and what's going out, because if you don't, you're just hemorrhaging money. And you need to write it down too. If it helps to type, it doesn't help me. I like to physically actually have my notebook here that has our budget through the end of the year. I write everything out because putting pen to paper just makes it seem so much more real to me, and I'm seeing my numbers going in and going out. So make a monthly budget and customize it for that month, because what I spend in January isn't going to be what I spend in June when it's hot outside, I'm obviously spending more in gas now. In the summertime, I'll spend more in electric with the air conditioning. You have to customize it. And I go back in weekly and I revisit my budget. You can do it monthly if you don't need to. I just am kind of OCD about this whole thing, so I enjoy going back through and making sure that I'm on track with what I'm supposed to be spending every single week/month. Okay, so step number 3 is up your income. This one always sounds easier than it is. I understand that. Again, I don't have kids, so I have extra free time. So I work a second job. My husband also works a second job. He drives for Uber. So you can customize that to your schedule. Obviously, this isn't a lifestyle that we want to live. We don't enjoy working 2 jobs by any means, but if it helps us get towards our goal more quickly, in which this case, I mean, it's bringing in hundreds, if not thousands of dollars a month. So we are able to deal with not spending time with each other now, because the end game, the goal, it will be so fulfilling that we are excited to go to work to make that money to bring home. That way, 5 years down the road, we don't have to do things like that. So whether it be, selling stuff on Etsy, everyone has a talent. You just have to find it and make it work for you. I have friends that sell things on Etsy in their spare time, and they're so cute, and I don't have that ability to make things like that. So when I see people making money that way, I'm just like, go for it. Yes, absolutely. It's amazing what people can create. It doesn't even have to be crafting anything. There are apps on your phone. I'm using one right now. It's called Mile Up, where it just tracks your miles, and for every 500 miles you spend, you get you get a $5 gift card. So again, just make it work for you. Sell things on Facebook, sell things on eBay, on OfferUp. Get rid of some junk and start that process of saving money and paying things off or what have you. That way you are able to make that extra money. All right, so tip number 4 is pay off debt. So I have credit cards just like everybody else. Well, I had credit cards, I don't anymore. We spent the first 2 months basically just paying off credit card debt, because I woke up one day and I realized, why am I paying for that massage that I took in Aruba 2 years ago? I mean, it's just, the interest rates are ridiculous. It's all just throwing money down the drain. And if you're saving money, you won't need credit cards, because you will be ready for whatever life throws at you. You can just pay in cash. So we spent the first couple months just paying off our credit cards. And so now the money that we would have been putting into our credit card bill every month can now go into our savings, and we don't have to worry about that bill anymore. And that is very, very freeing. That's probably the best part of this entire thing, is not having to pay as many bills, because I am able to just pay off my credit card debt and then just put all that money towards my goal. So tip number 5, and my last tip in saving money, is to stay motivated. It is extremely hard sometimes to be motivated. It is extremely hard for me to go and work 9 hours at one job and then drive directly to the next job and work a couple more hours. I don't enjoy it at all, obviously. I mean, it's not a lifestyle that I want to have forever. However, when I get my credit card balance at the end of the month and it has a 0 balance, when I see my bank account statement come in and my savings just going up and up and up, and I'm constantly transferring, money from my checking to my savings and never having to withdraw everything, it's so rewarding, and it gives me the energy and the motivation to work that extra job and to work the weekends and to know that I'm doing everything that I can to work towards my goal and to achieve that goal. Some other things that I do: put that picture of what you want on the fridge so it's right there every morning when you wake up. Put it on the background as your phone of your computer. I talk my husband's ear off about our new house. I just constantly keep it in the forefront of my mind. That way I'm constantly motivating myself to not go out and buy that new purse that I really, really want, or to buy those new pair of shoes that I really, really need. So you have to stay motivated. That way you don't slack off and start buying things you don't want or not working as hard as you should. Now, obviously, it's not going to be perfect. Sometimes I just feel like I'm working crazy hours and I go and I buy a new outfit. And it's not that I don't deserve it. It's just that I wish I would have spent it on the home. But you're going to mess up. It's going to be okay. You just have to keep at it. Keep yourself going. And that's really the key to all of this. So maybe you don't save $12,000 in 6 months. Maybe you save $2,000 in 6 months. That's $2,000 more than you have, and put that towards credit card debt so you can start saving for other things. It just affects everything else. So once you do the initial getting that extra job, selling that extra stuff, it just goes into everything else, and it creates this avalanche effect that will just change so many other things in your life. Doing the written budget has worked wonders for us, and we go back and again we revisit it and we look at things that we actually need rather than things that we want. And it makes other things a lot more special to us too, like going out to eat, which we used to do 2-3 times a week. Now we do it once a month, twice a month, and it makes date night that much better because you know that you are saving so much money by doing it. So those are my tips on how I save money. Obviously there are more tips, but those were the 5 main ones. I can always break that down. I can do how I go grocery shopping. I can do a lot of other videos if you guys want to see that. Just let me know in the comments below, or let me know how you guys save money. I'm always open to learning new things because I might have missed something. Who knows? There are so many ways to save money and to make money that I am interested in seeing whatever you guys are doing. So let me know in the comments below, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!